Hello, let's do a bunch of daily word games. And we're going to start with something new to this series, which is the Gram Jam. So in this, what we need to do is swap any two tiles that we want. And we're limited on how many swaps we do. The fewer swaps, the better. And we need to make a word that reads either left to right or top to bottom using an entire row or column. All right, so that's how we do it. Usually there's some word we can do with one swap. You just have to find it. Sorrow, do we have a W? We do. Let's do sorrow. All right. Oh, that got naive as well. Very nice. Ooh, and steal. Is it just solving itself? User and yurt. All right, we have to do another swap. That was pretty great. It's like a solve itself Gram Jam there. We have use. If I swap these two. How am I on vowels though? I may want to use more consonants than vowels. I don't know if Ben would be considered a word or not. There's no way to check before trying. We do want to use the X and the J. We have June, but I'd have to slide everything over. It would be two. How many swaps would I do for June? I think it would be 3 swaps for June. And I think month names are proper names, so it may not even take it. All right, I'm going to do use and we'll go from there. I'm concerned about the J and the X, but I'm not sure what I can actually do here. I can do bun. Let's do bun and go from there. Z was a word. That's nice. Ne and is ya a word? Nope. Just A. All right, well, we are left with the J. Unfortunate. But there we go. All right, got 3 stars. Didn't get the J. Let me know how you did on this one. It's always hard to judge how well you did against like optimal for this one. All right. So let's move on to the word 500. So this is just like Wordle, except we are given the count of greens, yellows, and reds instead of the which letters are actually green, yellow, and red. So it's like Mastermind in that way. I am on the daily, and it is in advanced mode, which means anything goes in terms of what the answer can be. All right, so what do we want to start with? Let's start with sorry, because we started with sorrow in the Gram Jam. So that's kind of similar. The double R is going to throw me off, but what are you going to do? 2 greens from sorry. That's interesting. Wonder what 2 they are. So maybe we end in Y. Could we end in like RY, or could we do O and then Y like this? Well, I can use underscores to keep it from turning red. There we go. I could do poppy. It might be interesting to see what poppy's results are. 1 green from poppy. So either the O or Y was right, almost certainly. I mean, there could be a P in the word. There definitely could be a P in the word, but I'm going to go with what the O or the Y was correct, and then we need to pick a different letter from sorry. So maybe it was the Y that's correct. Can we end in RY? Like this? Oops. So what would we want to do there? Ooh, or I could do burly, because this art could be correct as well. Let's give that a try. 2 green and burly. So let's keep going. Let's keep saying that this R and Y are the correct ones. That means this Y is correct, this Y is correct, this R is correct. So what else could we do here? We can't do RRY, so what goes between the R and the Y? REY? Like, oh, I don't know what that would be. That doesn't seem right to me. How about RTY? Can you be warty? Like, have lots of warts? You can be. Still 2 greens. I could be way off here, but let's just keep up the theory that R and Y are green until proven otherwise. Is something like Durkee a word? No. Every spelled that way. No. How about, it's tempting to, I know it can't be the answer, but it's tempting to do something like girly. Because if our theory is right, then we should still have 2 greens, and then, we're running out of vowels to use, so I'm hoping for more than just 2 greens from that. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. it is starting to feel like I'd like to get a contradiction that proves that it can't be the RY. That's what I'd like to do. I'm going to give that a try. Oh, it's still just 2 greens. So everything still points to it could easily be RY, except the fact that we're running out of vowels to use. Like, so we only have the E, or we could repeat the Y. We could do something like something YR, something Y, but even still, feels like we need to end with EY. We could do EREY, or we could do E something REY. But those don't ring any bells to me. What about RDY? So we could do ERDY. Doesn't seem right to me. What are the chances, though, that all 3 of these words gained a single letter? I mean, I guess if it ended in LY, then that could explain the greens from both of these. And then maybe I got like the A here, and maybe it starts with S. So let me explore that. If we double click this logo at the top, it resets everything, by the way, in case you didn't know. So I do think we ended Y. That seems reasonable. And then I think that then we have the S from sorry. So there's no O here. Poppy's completely red. And then I think maybe we got the L correct in these 2. Just statistically, which means the T wasn't correct. The fact that it's only greens is very interesting. And I guess we got the A right. So, I mean, is Sally a word? Oh, Sally's the answer. Wow, that was very confusing. That I just kept getting 2 greens, 2 greens, 2 greens. Oh my gosh, one of these things is not like the other. What if I got 2 greens on this one? Like, if I'd get, I don't know what I could have guessed for that, but that's very interesting. All right, well, there we go. I solved it. That was confusing. Let's move on to the polygonal. So polygonal number 199, we have a 7-letter word, and we just have a single letter repeating 3 times today. I am starting in Hexpert mode. To me, this feels like an E or an S. Or an R maybe, but probably E or S. Let's start with E here and take a look. This is very hard to think about. I'm not actually that good at this game, I feel like. E, L, Elapier, no. I may just have to do a filler. Let's look at T. T felt interesting. Or S. I want to do like senses, but there's so many reasons that's wrong. Not the least of which being that there's too few letters. Something like simpses or sampses. I just don't see it. I'm gonna have to do a filler on this one. I apologize. I know you guys like to see the Hexpert solves, and I haven't done one in a while, but I haven't been able to figure them out. Wow. Okay, we got M-A. So M is the repeated letter. I don't think I would have tried that one, but I do think the word is maximum. All right. Well, machine made it easy today. Got it in 2. All right. Well, there we go. I think I would have been at it for quite a while before thinking of maximum. So, yeah, saved myself some time there. Let's do the Wordle Peaks, daily number 356. So, we can start with maxim. Oh, they got the I. Very nice. All right, so... Okay, the X and the A are very unhelpful, but the M's did split it down the middle, which is kind of nice. So let's try to split it down the middle again. What is that, like F? We can do like... Ooh, how do we end with I something, though? IE, maybe? I could do fetid. I don't really like the E here, but it works. All right, it's not ID. Oh, okay. That's quite nice. It could be IA, IC. Maybe we'll try IC first. Doesn't really matter though. Maybe let's leave that open. I'll remember it's an A or a C. Ooh, this one's quite limited. I did not expect T to be orange. I'm guessing we're civic. That's a fun word. Nice. It was civic. Cool. Let's move on to the Symble, and we are doing the daily 331, and let's start with Blaze. Interesting. Okay, so we don't know if these are grays, but between these we have grays and yellows, and then the E is I mean, we don't know for sure, but statistically the E is going to be green. It could also be that the BL is green and the E is yellow, but that would mean we ended with A. So it's probably not BL ending in A. So we probably end in E, and then I'm thinking of trying LA and then ending in E. I think that makes sense. Ooh, okay, so it could be lathe. Let's give that a try. Not lathe today. Sorry, worm. All right, so it does start with L and it does end in E. But wait. That would mean that we'd have a B or a Z second? Okay. What? I misread the symbols, but how did I misread them? I feel like it's almost certain at this point that red would be gray, which means we would start with BL. No. What if red was yellow? Then we couldn't start with L. I am so confused. Okay, if yellow was yellow, then we'd end in L or A. And then I'd need a green. It would have to be the blue. So it'd have to be BL something something A. Which I did at the start say was unlikely. It still feels unlikely. So what are our other options? If we want yellow to be green, then, sorry, the yellow heart, if we want the yellow heart to be green, then that would mean that this L would be pointing here and blue would have to be yellow. But then I'd have to do LB or LZ, because I tried LA and E is in the green slot, so it wouldn't be pointing at a yellow. Okay, could red be yellow and then blue be green? Could it be BL and then BL still makes sense, and then we'd be E. Could we be bleak? Wow, that was confusing. Okay, the BL was green and the red was yellow. Whoa, unexpected. Okay, did not expect yellow heart to be the gray there. Just statistically, you don't really consider that on your second guess, and then lathe confused me a lot. All right, well, we did get there. Cool. That was a nice symbol solve. I got it in 3, and it involved some symbol confusion, so I enjoyed that. Let's move on to the Fusele. All right, the daily Fusele number 23. All right, we're starting, and we have to repeat a letter, so we can't start with our symbol answer. But let's start with bleed. Right, there's a single E. We're going to get a lie in this row, which is not great for our second guess, but I'm going to switch us to the QWERTY keyboard here. Let's see. The E goes probably at the end. What if we just try mouse? Okay, so this is probably not the lie. I'm going to think the O is likely the lie. Otherwise, that means we have the O in place, the E in place, and we also have an M, U, or S in the word. But I can confirm that by putting the O and the E here, and just, this is a green-only guess anyway. So let's just guess something. What do we want to do? How about, if we do route, then we can also confirm the U wasn't lying. Oh, okay. So, well, we didn't confirm the U's not lying because it could have been yellow. But the OE are in place, which is quite interesting. We can't get the answer on this one. So I'm actually going to find out which of M, S, and U were the lie just by using them in this word. And then let's get, you know what? Let's get the R and the T. Like, the green only wasn't super helpful. So there, I'm glad I did it. There's an S and an R. Where do they go? I probably should have put them in spots that they could have gone. Oh, well. I mean, it could be horse. It is not horse, but it is close. Is Norse? Norse is not an option. Worse is an option. Nice, got it. All right. The Orse trap. Let's move on to the blind Fusele here. All right. We can't use the answer from the previous Fusele. Let's do... Ooh, what should we do? How about Pouty? Pouty's pretty good. Ooh, that placed the O and there's a T somewhere. So I want to do total just to see if the T is in either of those spots. It is not in either of those spots. Now we have green only. Yeah, but we know the T's at the end. Interesting. So there's an O here and there's a T at the end. So I'm going to try boost. Nice. That's a lot of greens. All right. Well, we know we can't get the correct answer here. So let's try to get some letters. What am I thinking? I'm thinking OA. So it can't be toast. Can't be boast. Maybe I should have gone with boast instead of boost. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So OAST. Coast. I'm thinking it's coast. So I'm gonna do how about clerk? It's not a C. That's good to know. I probably should have tested the A, to be honest, but I'm still thinking OAST. So it's not boast or coast or toast. I don't know what it would be then. So maybe it's not OA. Ah, it could be moist or hoist. Oh, darn, never lucky. Oh, I have to repeat a letter here? Okay, so is there anything other than hoist? There's joist. I gotta use an H in this word. And I think there's foist as well. Here, actually, we can check. Okay, foist, no. QWTIOASDFGHJ. Wait, joist is not a word. I always think joist. I think joust is what I think of. So joist is not a word. So I don't have to worry about it. Nice feature. All right. I think it's just hoist. Wait. Oh, no. It won't tell me if it's a word or not because I'm not repeating a letter. So it's red for that reason. Oh, no. So I have to assume joist is possible. Okay. How do I repeat a letter and use an H or a J? Raja uses a J and an H, so let's do that. It was joist. All right, joist is a word. I thought it was a word. All right. Yeah, that's interesting that you can't use the repeat letter slot to figure out what's a word or not. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know. I actually can't decide. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, then why not leave a like and subscribe?